Welcome, friends. Today we are doing another live stream. Madness. How are we? We okay? Are you okay? Am I okay? I'm okay. Bubbles are back today. Weird. Welcome, Pradeep. Welcome, DJ. Welcome, Dushan, and welcome, Rachel. Welcome, Christy, with Bubbles. How are we all? Oops. I'm glad you are fine, DJ. I'm okay. I'm okay. I was asked by... Who was I asked by, and what did they ask me? Someone asked me something, and I can't remember what it was. I'll see if I can figure out what it was. DJ says, have one package in limbo that was sent Saturday in the UK. It's the postal strikes. That's what's happening. I was sent a package by Peter from Fragrance View on Friday that was next day signed for. And I got it today, which is Wednesday. That is not next day signed for. Friday is not next to Wednesday at all. Sorry for fucking coughing in your ear like that. It's not the greatest. I'm okay, Dushan. Thanks for asking. Good evening, Adam Day. Good evening, Manginosis. Good day to you. Freezing. Hello, Beavis Bonds. Aram asked about the bubbles. Well, here they are. They're back. But they, like, I just asked YouTube if I could use literally press the button and it comes up with like loads of different filters you can have on the screen while you're streaming. And the last couple of times it hasn't been offered the bubbles. There's been like a different suite of filters. And then when I've pressed the button today, bubbles are back. Crazy. I don't know what YouTube's doing, but it's playing with our hearts. Pradeep says, already on the verge of yawning. I am actually tired. I had to leave my mates in a hurry because I was like, fuck no, I'm going to fall asleep. And then obviously like her house is really warm. And I walked out into the freezing fucking cold. By the time I got home, I was like, ping, wide awake again. Oh, I just okay, Rich. I don't know. I'm all right. I'm okay. Been to the dentist's today. Oh dear, I've got to have a tooth removed, a wisdom tooth of all things. Oh no. Chipped it. It's got a fucking dirty grey crack down the middle of it, apparently. She's like, yeah, that's beyond repair, mate. Sorry, it's got to come out. I was like, cool. I'm going to put it under my pillow and see if I can get some money for it. Every little helps at the minute. Rachel, what's my scent of the day? Mine is pretty floral called Saskia. Reminds me in temperament of Diarissimo, and I love it. I think I've heard of Saskia before. My scent of the day is Queer Canage, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. What a fabulous fragrance that is. But the sprayer on my 250ml is acting funny fuckers. I think I'm going to have to decant it into something, which is an absolute arse. I do not need that, like, proper pain in the arse. Hello, drawn by sense. Get your Anatole Le Bretons out. Well, I was thinking of leaving people a little bit of breathing space in between the two houses. In between some, like, you know, I've done like first impressions series a lot this year. This year was always going to be the year of samples. And that's what I've done. So it's going to continue into January. I have actually got the January Scent projects. I've got the January Scent projects sample set, and I want to do them in January because I don't have any imagination whatsoever. Bubbles, says Aaron. Indeed, bubbles. Where would I be without the bubbles? I'd probably still be here, but just without bubbles. Howdy, howdy, says Benji. Welcome. Scent of the day is MXXX. Just received some testers from Saint-Celier. Yes, they are nice. Rachel says, well, we've got to support our postal system, haven't we? Especially the unions. Well, quite. I mean, it's very hard to blame the people who are on, like, the least amount of money for asking for more when their bosses get paid 7 figures a year. You know what I mean? It's hard to blame them when people who are skint are wanting more money, especially the way the world is at the minute. We're living in a time of inflation. It's not ideal. American Pie, welcome to you. Scent of the day, Bell Arm. Hello, Dirk. Hello, Aaron. Bubbles are back. Indeed they are. Oh, shit. Pie, what do you think, says Rachel. Dushan says Bell Arm is the winner, is the Iris winner of this year. That's for you to tell me. Evening, Joe. Hope you are well too. Hate the dentist, says Rachel. Actually, the dentist was quite nice. I'm getting a mouth guard made as well because I grind my teeth or I clench my jaw. And fuck me, it's taking the toll. It's taking the fucking toll on us. Like, it's not ideal, friends. Drawn by Sense says, feels like it's getting colder day by day in the bottom end of the UK. It's fucking freezing up here tonight. There's not a cloud in the sky. And it's literally about fucking -2 at the minute, -1. Christy says, do they not take your wisdom teeth out when you're in your teens over there? No. Not unless there's a problem with them. Adam, you're a sick man, says Rachel, because he loves the dentist. Pie says, Rachel, the opening is very reminiscent of something I've smelled before. I'm not sure what it is, but I've smelled it before. But the mid to dry down is absolutely an Iris lover's dream. Adam, the dentist isn't painful, but the sound of metal on teeth is gut-level horror film for me. She actually went in with a bit fucking grinder today and shaved off some of the offending article because it's been digging into my cheek, and it's like left us with like a cut, like an abrasion. And she was like, we can't have that because you're on those fucking medications for your immune system. She was like, when you've got all your scars closed up, she was like, then I'll take the tooth out. I was like, sound. She's getting in touch with my what's he called, consultant as well, just to see if I need antibiotics or anything. Nice to see the bubble, says Joe. Excuse me. Scent of the day is Muschio Oro by Santa Maria Novella, says drawn by Sense. Anuj, welcome to you. Everyone John is saying hello to Anuj. Joe is wearing Scorpio Rising by Eris. Is that the peppery one? Pradeep says M-XXX starts good on my skin, then it's like dried sand where some animal pissed and gone within a couple of hours. Performance isn't great on those fucking Eris, are they? It's the really, really, really bad performance on those Eris, I think. M-XXX lasts the longest on me, about 8 hours. And it's an X straight. But MX is just fucking gone an hour and a half. Maybe 2. Lovely scents, brilliantly made, brilliant ingredients. Everything about them's great, apart from the lasting power, which is absolutely abhorrent. Dushan says, Anusha just watched Eugene's video at Enchanté with you. He is a big man. You are a big soul. Linnea Alba is painfully, says Adam. Good evening, JP Music. Christy says they just yank all your wisdom teeth before your 18th birthday over here. It's like a rite of passage. Fuck that. If there's nothing wrong with them, then that's just pointless surgery. It's not best practice, that. Christ. Did you used to grind your teeth before Uncut Gem? Says drawn by sense. It's actually, yes, but it's got worse since. Scent of the day, Colonial leather. I like that. I think that's a secretly good leather. That's a secretly good leather. I actually really like that, especially the brown bottle. I think that the Myrrh by Aqua de Palma is absolutely gorgeous. I ran away from the dentist when they were going to remove my wisdom teeth. Still got them, says Joe. There's no need. No need to take them out if there's no wrong with them. I asked them, I was like, oh, you're going to put us under to take them out? And she was like, no, I can do it locally. I was like, sound, that'll do for me. Thank you. I'll just fucking fill myself full of fucking gabapentin and fucking codeine before I go. Pradeep says, no joke, I am enrolled for GQ Masterclass on Uncut Gem tomorrow evening. Fucking the man who likes a beating. What is it? A masochist. That should be a laugh. I hope you tell them to fuck off. I really do. JP says, love Scorpio Rising, but the performance is poor. And Drawn by Sun says, haha, I did the same when I was young and my mum wasn't happy. I hid in the garden shed. Yes, they sent me an invitation and a free sample. I sent it back. I found most of the Eris perfumes to be short-lived, says Joe. Yeah, they are. There's nothing there. They're great fragrances, but yikes. Yeah. See you later, Rachel. Goodbye. Yeah, the brown bottle Colonial leather is great. Need to get my nose on your recommendation. Never smelled it, says JP. Yeah, the Mirror. It's the Myrrh one. Colonia Mirror. It's fabulous. Cowboy Crunchies, welcome to you. Evening all. Sent the day. Florist 62. Awesome frag. I don't remember that one. Pradeep says, I actually intend to ask them some blunt questions. Who's going to be there? Who's giving the masterclass? Ask them why they've taken the fucking music for a while off the shelves. That's crazy. Oh. I think you should record it. Secretly record it. Roussel is coming, I believe. Not sure about Mal. It's in French. Tell Roussel he's a fucking bellend for what he's done. Tell him that he's outrageous. Tell him I say he's outrageous. Drawn by Sense says, my dentist tried to persuade me to have an implant as it was so crazily expensive. I declined the suggestion. I'm not surprised. I hate it. Like, capitalism, money's got no fucking place in the administering of medicine for me. Just medicine, you know? It has many good uses, but when making people sick, it's far too serious. I'm not against capitalism. I live in a house which is privately owned. I have obviously fucking love my possessions, you know? I'm not against capitalism, but when it comes to medicine, it's fucking, it's a different fucking, it's different that for me. I'm sure Roussel bitterly regrets letting Mal persuade him into doing it. Yeah. My bugbear is when the dentist keeps pushing hygienist. They were not a thing when I was younger. Yes, I know. That's what brushing your teeth's for, isn't it? It's fucking bollocks. You know what I mean? I once yielded, right? And I fucking went upstairs. 45 quid I paid the fanny dough with my teeth for like 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes. For like 5 minutes. And then told us, right, there you go, bye. I was like, fuck off. 45 quid it was. I was fucking livid. I'll ask if he has a Madcap Musk Ravageur bottle for us. Yes. Cowboy Crunchy says, I finally managed to get myself a bottle of Arso. Woohoo. It's weighing its way to me as we speak. Nice. JP says, congrats on the Sycamore EDT again. Yes, thank you. I'm really pleased to have it. I'm going to be doing my top 10 or 20 fragrances I bought in 2022. I might do 22. Top 10, 15, 20 fragrances I bought in 2022. Yes, Joe, I released a video today unboxing Sycamore EDT. It is a tester. The bloke who sold us it sold as a tester, which is fine because I'd rather have it than not have it. But I've been wanting it for ages. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think it's much nicer. I think the EDP is plain in comparison. I think it's a very average vetiver, the EDP, I beg your pardon. I think the EDT is much better. I'll put my teeth in. I've got a new seal on the way. I don't know if I've told you this. I can't wait to take a picture of it and send it to Hillary. She'll be a fan. She likes our Celia. She'll just have to get used to seeing Cecile. That's the name of the new seal. I saw the notification but wasn't able to watch before joining your live, says Joe. Not to worry. I heard the EDT of Coromandel is better than the EDP. I've heard similar. Hola, Doug. Hola, everybody. Hola, Niskovic. How are you? I hope you are well. I hope you are all well. I see Mark has been dropping some shorts recently. Not boxer shorts, just shorts, like short videos. So hopefully he's going to come back next year and start doing videos again. You know, Mark was a big influence, the biggest, really, if I'm being honest, on my collection and taste. I do my own thing now, but like coming up, Mark was massive. Jean says, oh, Cecilia, you're breaking my heart. You're shaking my confidence daily. Boxer dropper, Aventus. I don't like Aventus. I've got to be honest. I just don't understand the hype behind Aventus. I just don't get it. I got fucking battered on Ashton's fucking video today. Ashton dropped a video, right? And it was like, what was it? Let's have a look at you. Ashton's video, 25 best-selling men's fragrances ranked from best to worst. And what he did is he went onto Macy's website and took the top 25 fragrances, right, in order and then ranked them. All right, and I left a comment says, I'm going to hate almost all of these. That was the only thing I said, and I got fucking pilloried for it. There was one bloke called Disposition who said, pause. Who said why? Because he wanted to know. And I explained to him, but then some fucker called Sean Chong was like typical fragrance lover hating on the bestsellers. I was like, shut up, Sean Chong. But I said to Disposition, I was like, I feel like modern and popular fragrances that you find in stores like Macy's, etc., are all very similar in both structure and smell. I'm a big fan of vintage perfumes for their style and smells. It's just my taste. So a video about bestsellers is always going to lean in a direction that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be less than enamored with. Don't listen to Chong. He's basic. And then someone called fucking Voltron, who is, by the way, a fucking character from anime, was like, I feel like, in quotation marks, and they were like, newsflash, no one cares how you feel. And I was like, well, no one fucking asked you, and yet here you are. And Voltron was like, how observant of you, nothing gets by you. I was like, go back to fucking anime, you ponce. I didn't call him a ponce, but I should have. And someone called fucking Ardy Smirkwaku said, they are not the same, brother. I don't know, maybe something is wrong with your nose, or you don't know much about perfume, the fucking little bastard. And then he was like, we can hate all day on popular fragrances, but the truth is they are popular for a reason. Yes, because they're shit and people like buying shit. Reality TV's popular. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's very good. Christ. Like Mercedes, BMW, and Audi, they are popular, but we can't say bad things just because of that. Anyway, we can't force opinions on others, so you can think and do whatever you want. Yeah, and I will. And then some lovely man called Luca Finn came at us and was like, I care about your feelings, Rich. I was like, thanks, man. I care about yours as well. What a fucking cunt. Anyway, less of that. Livid. Hello, Gjuro. Hello, Bry. West Nude said, yeah, Robe's style of reviewing is great, isn't it? I used to enjoy watching Robe's content when he was talking about fragrances. JP Music says, one of my oldest friends visited me yesterday and we smelled some stuff. He's not a perfume at all, but we smelled at least 70. He picked up the Moon, Shite Ombre Nomad, Shite Platinum Egoist, Double Shite, and Encre Noir Sport. It's not bad. Ombre Nomad's okay, but I don't like the Moon. I had to sell my bottle. Platinum Egoist, I hate that. Encre Noir Sport, probably my least favourite of the Encre Noirs, but I still like it. Eugene, if you want to have strong confidence, just listen Beethoven, says Duchamp. Mike says, afternoon all. And Bry says, scent of the day, Comme de Gosse on Incense Kyoto. Pretty uneventful, disappeared after 2 hours. Yeah. Samples of the whole line, and I was like, ooh, these aren't as good as Incense Avignon. So that was strange. Hello, Joe, says Antonio. Bryce says he tried MXXX today. It's immense and glorious. We'll be placing an order for that immediately. Says Bry. Hey, Bry, do you like Kyoto more than Avignon? I'm falling behind on fragrance video watching just that time of year. Joe loves a duck rant. Everyone loves a quack rant. Well, you're starting to sound like Lee Judge's duck. NPC, says DJ. Yeah, just lather, rinse, repeats, aren't they? Boring people. Breathe, says Eugene. I'll do nothing of the sort. Don't tell me what to do. I'll hold my breath. But the best incense in my collection is Nuit de Feu and a Midnight Stroll. Oh, no. I liked Nuit de Feu for a while, and then I unliked it. Relax, spray some Koros, says Brody. I'm struggling. Love your rants, Rich Lamau, says Lee Judges, says Cowboy Crunchies. Hi, Bri, having you on as something else, says JP Music. Eat some chocolate, get your night cereal and milk yet? Not yet, no, I had Weetabix last night. I went downstairs and had some Weetabix. Hombre Nomad is not shite, says Bri. Well, I'm afraid it's not the best, like. Oh, Bois d'Encens is great too. Yes, that's great, but it lasts for a couple of hours if you're lucky. Lots of perfume thoughts in my head, says DJ. And you can let them out. Would anybody be able to join you here? Do you drop a link, says JP? No, I don't use external software like StreamYard. So there is a new feature on YouTube, though, that says you can join other people, like other people can join you on your, I was going to say me rant there. Other people can join you on your stream. It's like a new feature, but I think it's not something you can just drop and let people in. It's like, you've got to get people in. You've got to get people in like beforehand. You've got to like nominate them before. I am sorry to have missed what apparently was a good rant, says JJ. Sorry about that, JJ. You could rewind it if you like, or you could go back and listen at the end. I'm sure there'll be another rant coming along soon enough at some point. Oh, I watched bits of your stream last night, actually. I was awake for bits. Well, I was like in that sort of semi-conscious kind of, like, you know, when you're so close to sleep that you don't want to move in case you wake yourself up more, but you're also not asleep. And so I was just lying there, like, and it was a good conversation about the philosophy and fragrance and stuff like that. It was quite cool. I prefer Asian style incense more than Western style, says DJ. I'm sorry to have... Oh, sorry, I've read that. Scent of the Night, Tom Ford, Patchouli Absolute, Love Bow, Dirty it is. Bow, wow. Woof. JJ, an advanced version of DJ. Oi, says DJ. He's not having that. Dawn is a really nice incense. Not sure about the price, though. Well, my friend has a bottle of it better than half price. And it's real. It's legit. His stuff is genuinely genuine. What? Yeah. Oh. Oh, my giddy aunt. What we got? Joe Malone, 68, says Dushan. Oh, a live rant, says Drawn By. Is this a first when guests can rant along with the ranter? I don't know. Sorry. Thinking of ending, with one bottle or two before my change, says DJ. What change are you having? The change? A change? PG Casper is a favourite. Also been really feeling Javoy, La Liturgie de Heure. Aritzia Le Grand Rêve d'Ossien en Relique d'Amour. Sorry, France. Please don't bomb us. L'artisan Passage d'Enfer. DJ, for ending this year, I'm waiting for a full bottle of MDCI Chypre Palatin with bust, says Dusan. Oof. Already have my year ended on the way. Changing buying shit, says DJ. I see. I am going to try and rein it in even more than I already have done this year. Next year, if that makes sense. So next year, I'm going to try and rein it in even more than I have done this year. Which will be interesting. I'm also going to try and sell off a few fragrances. Just to try and fucking cut it back a little bit, you know. All the fragrances I've sold and let go of so far, I haven't missed, and I've let some good ones go, but none absolute favourites. You may notice conspicuous by his absence is Jura Rose. He is not, I repeat, not dead. He asked me to tell you that. He's just been locked out of his YouTube account because he's a plonker. But it was his birthday last week, and he came over to England from Ireland, so I sent him a birthday present, and he received it a couple of days ago, and it made him cry because he is a wuss. And the birthday present was a bottle of Balenciaga Pour Homme from my very own stash. So happy birthday, Jura Rose. Oh, I am exactly 10 years older than Jura Rose. How strange. Sorry, I'm just having a massive yawn. Debating adding something with my year ender, says DJ, but I must change. I sold a lot of shit. I love the MDCI Silk Road presentation, says Pradeep. Happiest of Wednesdays to all, says Michael Harness. Welcome. Send the day Penhaligons Halfetti Cedar. Debating more heck. Even have some shot away. Debating more heck. Even have some shit, giving away some shit for free, I think that means to say. Very glad to hear Jura is okay, but bummer about being locked out. He's a silly sausage. You could create a new one and it wouldn't make any difference. He hasn't got any content up. Why don't you just make a new account? JJ says, I need to cull the herd big time. I went on a cheapy bender some time back and there really is no sense on me holding on to many of them, even if it is for reference. Yeah, reference is one of those holding techniques, isn't it? Where you sort of say, I'll just keep this so I can get it out and smell it, just so like I've got it even for cheapies, yeah. Yeah. It's mad. I'm going to do a video on this. I'm going to do a video in the same style as Claire from Smurfy Girlie did about... Hers was like 7 reasons to stop buying perfume. I don't know if I'm going to do exactly that, but it's going to be a riff on that kind of theme because I thought it was a really good idea. The problem I've got is that I'm worried that it's going to be like, well, it's very easy for you to say, Rich, like, look at what you've been doing for the last few years with your fucking collection. So I don't want to come across as a hypocrite, but I do think there is value in doing a video along those lines from someone like me. So I just need to learn how. I just need to feng shui my ideas a little bit and get everything sort of, right. So it's not shit. That's what I want to do. I might pick up a couple of Les Indomitables next year, but nothing else on my radar unless some good new releases. Well, pardon me, Eugene will be releasing his stuff, his last perfume next year. I'm sure there'll be other stuff. Les Indomitable will be releasing a new perfume next year. I try to get Persiles to ask Remy Pulverell when he's going to be releasing that fragrance. But he didn't, so. Rich, you are a lovely man. That's true. What for? Oh, Jura Rose got you. That would make me cry also. Ooh, says DJ. Ooh. Not only did I not sell it, I actually gave the fucker it. Jesus. Finally got around to purchasing a Balenciaga Polo Rom 30mm. There's a very good chance that could last you for fucking ever, that, if you've got a big collection, because you only need 1 or 2 sprays. It's fucking massive. It's a huge fragrance. Despite having a sample of Halfetti, I still can't bring myself to try it. Well, not even to try it. Scent of the day is Bellamy Vetiver, says Paroli. Welcome to you. I heard somebody very naughtily claim that was discontinued recently. I don't know that it is. Dusan says Paroli, that's wonderful. Wunderbar! Ooh. Maybe include what it was that helped you limit the number of fragrances you buy, Rich. Well, there are many reasons, you know. Micah says it was a great stream, JJ, with excellent guests and conversation. Pradeep says, is Acro Dark any good for an unsweetened cacao? Yes, it's a good perfume, bloody reasonably priced as well, I thought. Compared to some of the prices of some perfumes, they're very reasonably priced. I want to get myself a bottle of the ink. I've smelt it on a blotter, Rich, but it didn't float my boat, says Joe. Try it on skin, might be totally different. Paroli claims that, excuse me, Paroli claims that Bellamy Vetiver is still available in Canada. Bye. You'll be able to get it at a discount there, surely. It'll be on the grey market for a while. They make a lot. I'm searching for a full presentation of Trolala by Penhaligon's. It's hard to find after discontinuation, says Dusan. Eugene claims that is a Jura Rose by any other name just as sweet. Let's have a look, see if we can find Trolala for Dusan. Oh, Trolala. Penhaligon's. The Favourite. Oof! There's a bottle for 300 quid on eBay. There's a 25% used one for 260 quid. Fucking Jesus, how good is this perfume? Like, is it really actually good? It's made by Duchefort and it's got whiskey in it. So I sort of see why people will be like, ooh. Let's see what Fragrantica's got to say for itself. Top notes are whiskey, violet, saffron, and aldehydes. Oh, violet. Violet. That always reminds me of Parma Violet, and I'm not a fan. Anyway, middle notes are leather, incense, carnation, and tuberose. It's a dirty grip of tuberose in there. The base notes are vanilla, musk, patchouli, and vetiver. Big whiskey, big violet, big aldehydes, big leather, big vanilla, big incense. Fucking hell. It's got a lot of big stuff in it, hasn't it? What say you? What say you, Fragrantica? What say you people of Fragrantica? About you, Julia. 10 out of 10, trust me. Not only the bottle design is 10 out of 10, but also the scent. The scent smells vintage with suede leather. It is so funny. I fell in love with this in hot humidity in Hong Kong back in 2014. God, that is so funny. Shut up. Spring Rose. Oh, I'm not reading all of this. I can't be arsed. I am simply lazy. Ink by Acro is great. Also looking for a bottle. Choices, says Joe. When you're wearing Bellarm or a Dalai excuse, it's not hygiene, it's Eugene. JP says, Eugene, love the stream with Kevin and Margie. He should come on more often, says JP. Evening all, evening Kazim. How are you? Hove, what's happening? What up, Rich? End of the day, Serge Luton, Shuggy. Nice. I think Shuggy, the more I wear Shuggy, the less I think of it as a tobacco perfume, the more I think of it as an iris. You know? It's like an iris with a bit of darkness and a bit of dry, like a dryrus? A dryrus? Is that a thing? Have we just invented something? Outrageous. It's a dryrus. It's like a dry iris, you know? I'm trademarking that. I'm having that. La Couche de Diable is quite nice. It is quite nice, actually. I'll tell you the one that I fucking absolutely ab. It was the fucking one that smelled like cheap chip shop fucking curry, like the cheapest of cheap curry sauce. Which one was it? The Participe Passé. Ugh! It smelled like, you know, you get those like little metal fucking trays from like takeaways and fucking they put like chips in and then pour like cheap fucking gravy over it or cheap fucking curry sauce. It smelled like the curry sauce that they put on in chip shops. It was fucking vile. I remember the first time I smelled it, the bloke looked at us and he was like, I'm dying for you to try this. And I was like, go on then. All right, so I knew something was afoot. I knew it was going to be brilliant or awful. And like I've said many a time, when Serge Luton hits it, when he hits the mark, it's like there's very few who can touch him, you know? But when he fucking misses, and I smelled this perfume and my fucking ears nearly fell off. I was like, what is that? Fuck, I sprayed it on my skin as well. I was livid. No redeeming features. If you like that perfume, fair play to you, like. I thought it was fucking heinous. Awful scenes. Cheap maple syrup, says Prodi. Yuck, says Joe. Joe knows what I'm talking about. She's British. She knows the chip shops and the cheap shit that they use. You know what I mean? I received my bottle of Bellarm yesterday, and today it's my scent of the day, says Michael John. Congrats, says Joe. That one is on my to-get list. Only too well, says Joe, yeah. Haunted by bad food. I eat a lot of bad food. I can't talk. I'm an evil man when it comes to bad food. I really should learn to look after myself a bit better. It's not good enough. I'm aware of the situation. I was a bit shocked when this fucking dentist told us that my tooth had to come out. She was like, yeah, there's no way I'm saving that, like. She was like, I don't know what. She was like, sometimes it can just happen. And I was like, that's what happened. I was like, I was just chewing normally. I was like, there was nothing. I wasn't chewing anything hard. Like, nothing like untoward was going on. She was like, yeah, it must have been like a fucking, it must have just been like one of those things where it's just hit the right place, right time, right fucking thing. She was like, sometimes it's just the fucking way of it. She was like, there's no rhyme, no reason. Oh, God, I remember when it fucking went as well. You ever checked a big tooth like that? Crazy talk. Crunch. Apparently there's like a little bit of a fracture on it. That goes down. My dad broke a tooth on a pork scratching. Yikes. They can be quite crunchy though. I wasn't eating anything anywhere near as crunchy as that. I think it was just waiting to go. But what can you do? Tooth is coming out. First tooth I will have had extracted. So that'll be fun. Or not. You know. Probably not. But I like getting the local anesthetic. Local anesthetic's cool. I've had that loads of times. I always think local anesthetic's cool as fuck. Apparently when doctors like 30, 40, 50 years ago, doctors, right, they used to get given fucking they used to get given
say hello to the first ever.
Oh, sorry about that. I just got an advert popped up on my device. Apparently they what the fuck was I talking about? Ah! That's completely fucked us up. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Miles away. Sorry, friends. Anyhow, let's see where we were at. And apparently there's a crack down the tooth. Have you tried Bodicea the Victorious? I've tried a couple. I wasn't really impressed, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I know they've got loads of them, and loads of them just came out really quickly, you know? And I was like, ooh, I don't like when houses do that. It's not ideal, you know? So, fuck knows. Tabac Blonde new parfum seems to be better than the ADP. Like some Frenchie dropped an ashtray on me, says Pradeep. Tabac Blonde. Is that the Caron? My worst dental nightmare is being told I need a crown, says Joe. Is that the one with the screw in? I don't mind losing a wisdom tooth. My only problem with that is that they all, I'll have a different amount of teeth on one side of my face to the other now. So I feel like when I'm walking along, I'll pull to the left or something like that. Speaking of which, I need to make a note of something on my calendar. One moment, please, friends. Aha! I've already made a note of it. Excellent. Tomorrow is Thursday, and Thursdays are for taking poison. I'm at the dentist again on the 22nd at 9:50. 50 a.m. Dentist. I just need to do this while I remember. They'll be sending me. They'll be sending me messages, I imagine. Because that's what they do now. They text you to remind you you've got an appointment. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Everybody keeps their promises in regards to keeping appointments. which I think is extremely important. Can't be making appointments and not going to them. Also, I'm at the garage tomorrow to get the tracking on my car done. So I'm going to make an alarm. One moment, please. Excellent. So that is done. Hopefully I will not forget, as that would be awful. Anyway, where are we? I love the thought of Richard's dentist saying, yeah, sometimes it just fucking goes for no reason. I imagine they have a technical term for that, but the effect is much the same. Joe says, I know I'm tired when I lose the ability to type. After getting a sample of a Feminite du Bois from a certain duck, I found a little 4 mil of Shiseido Feminite du Bois, and it's beautiful. Yikes. That sounds nice. I wouldn't mind a mini. The fucking bottles are incredible. Joe says, I'm still waiting on my car. Oh, God. Just tell them you want your money back. Callie says, get an implant or bridge for that tooth. I had a tooth pulled out of my youth, and a lot of my teeth were falling over, moving to fill the gap, because don't we all love a little more room in our lives? So I ended up getting braces at the wee age of 41. Fun times. I don't know that'll happen to me because it is the one on the end, like right at the back. And it's at the top, and my teeth are they're all right. And yours were when you were a youth. I'm 37 now. I'd be a bit of a pig if my teeth started moving all over the shop. The Shiseido bottle is fab, says Joe. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. The Shiseido version's the best one, I think. I sent a decant to Persolays. I think I told you this story before. And he was like, I don't know. He was like, I'm not sure if Richard has actually sent me a decant of the original, or whether he didn't accuse us of lying, but he couldn't confirm it. And I was like, why? What? I think they're miles apart. Even the original Serge Luton's version, not even the modern one, like the original Serge Luton's version isn't as thick and syrupy as like the plum note, especially. It's not necessarily that it's sweet, it's that it's rich, like syrup, like dried out plum juice. Like there's a lot less water in it. It's much more viscous. Whereas the Serge Luton version, which I also love, I love the original one better. I just think the original Shiseido version's absolutely brilliant. Like I said, it's thick with 2 C's, thick with a CK. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm chewing. Oh, well, carry on then, says Kelly. I'll just let the dentist do what she wants. JJ, do you have any Riesler d'Or? Says Dusan. Bloody expensive. I'm drawn by sense as a way to make some hot chocolate because it's fucking cold. And JJ says he doesn't fancy getting any Riesler d'Or. I haven't found any that I've been overly enamoured with, I must admit. Not to the point where I would spend that... Not the time when I would spend that kind of money. Like, if I'm being perfectly honest, I can think of better ways to spend it. I'd rather get that 200ml bottle of fucking Sycamore EDT. You know? If I'm being perfectly honest. I've got a decant of the current Feminita Dubois, and I compared them side by side. No contest, says Joe. I work for a dental lab, and the amount of false teeth we're now having to do for young adults and children is frightening, says West Nude. A children thing's fucking crazy, because their teeth should be growing through. Their teeth should be growing through, no problem. New teeth, adult teeth. Are you replacing adult teeth in children? That's horrifying, says Joe. All those sweet acidic drinks, yes. I never liked the really syrupy, like the full fat ones, but I had a massive fucking addiction to fucking Diet Coke for about fucking 20 years, like 25 years, if not more. But I can't drink it now. I literally can't touch it now. It makes us feel ill. I've never been able to drink like normal full fat Coke or anything like that. That just fucks me up, that shit. Makes us feel as though my teeth are melting. Makes us feel as though like it's gonna go through, like burn straight through you, and then just like your insides are gonna fall out your arse. Since when Fragrance du Bois, FDB? Some people say it's Fragrance du Bois. It is not. The prices are really the biggest deterrent for me. I think the build quality is not the greatest. That said, I didn't realize how they're blended. They're blended in the distillation process, not blended in the way that we're accustomed to in the West. So maybe my expectations for what those fragrances were going to be was completely different. Still, though, I don't think many of them are. None of the ones I've smelled so far have been worth it. I got the 6th collection, and I thought it was really poor, if I'm being honest. Sorry for my chewing. I've got the History of a Tar collection, the 7th one, and I know I said I was going to try and give the sample set a rest, but they're very topical at the minute, so it might not be a bad idea to get those out. You know? Ow. I bought a Rouge out of FOMO. Lesson learned, says Michael. Kelly Lyon says, has anyone smelled Serge Lutens Vitriol Toilettes? I absolutely love it. Fantastic carnation. I love the carnation in Tobacco Blonde, so thinking I might like it. A great fragrance. Smells really good. A little bit peppery. It's got that kind of carnation, spice, pepper kind of weirdness. It's really good. Obviously, liking older style fragrances, carnation was fucking everywhere back in the day. It was like a masculine floral. I beg your pardon. And yeah, it was great. Like, I don't like fizzy drinks anymore unless beers are considered fizzy drinks. They are fizzy and they are a drink, but I wouldn't call beer a fizzy drink, if that makes sense. The kind of gambling, game price, and investment bros associated with some indie brands are huge turn off for me. Yeah, a lot of bros involved in fucking a reach that think they're edgy. JJ says, Kelly, I have and really enjoy Vitriol Dualet. I have a penchant for carnation solid floors and carnation heavy fragrances. I think we're going to ignore beers, says Joe. More in hope than expectation. Other spectacular carnation fragrances are Lorenzo Viorese Garofano and Santa Maria Novella Garofano. I'm taking it that the word Garofano means carnation in Italian, as they are both Italian houses. They are both carnation fragrances, and they are both called Garofano. This is some compelling circumstantial evidence there. Oh, I might have to try that Santa Maria Novella then. Good luck with trying them, because they're fucking bastards as far as samples are concerned. Absolute bastards. Good evening, Justin. How are you? Bryce says, Feminité Dubois is my girl's favourite perfume. Just let her have the bottle I had. Wasn't big on it either way. It'd be sacrilege, says Joe. Feminité Dubois. No, fragrance Dubois. Garofano equals carnation in Italian. Yes, that's right. I didn't know that, actually. Felt like a pretty solid guess, though. Bryce says, yeah, I don't think Aries seems like a brand worth getting into at a price that just the vibe isn't for me. I can already tell the blending won't be what I'm used to. It's not like it's just for me that they're blended during the making process, like the distillation process. Like, don't get us wrong, Russian Autumn makes a better perfume in his sleep than I'll ever make, but as like someone who consumes a lot of fragrance and someone who is partial in that respect, obviously I've told you many a time that I don't necessarily see myself as like an expert or like a reviewer even. I see myself as a consumer, a punter, a fucking whatever you want to call it. I'm just someone who fucking talks about it, really. Just the whole Ariege thing, the prices are wild, right? And then you see like it's like the gold rush. People get like Ariege fever, you know? If you try and talk to someone who loves Ariege about the Ariege, they won't let you criticize them at all. None. No criticism. Not allowed. Constructive or otherwise. So you just end up staying away, you know? It's like their little baby. Like fucking... It's kind of weird. But I get it, though. I do feel that way about certain things myself. Not necessarily fragrance, because it's a matter of taste, but there are certain things where you're like, oh, I just want to keep this. Make it mine. Kelly says, you could be a modern-day Sherlock Holmes with your powers of deduction. Quack. I learned Gaggia equals mimosa, courtesy of Santa Maria Novella as well. Yeah, it's funny. I used to watch Italian football on the TV when I was a kid. And it's funny how you just pick up words through like osmosis, basically. Like by watching and paying, but you wouldn't have thought that you would pick up like Italian words, but of course you do. how you would pick up Italian words through something like perfume. But when you think about it logically, of course you would. Same with French. There's loads of French words I know now. I was fucking useless at French when I was at school. But strangely, I could pronounce it really well. Now I can't pronounce it very well, but I know more French words. Weird. You do. It's funny how you pick up osmosis when you're interested in something, isn't it? You know, you just sort of like a switch goes on in your brain, and you're just like, right, absorb, absorb, absorb. Joe says I got booted out of my French class at school. I got booted out of school, mate. That school couldn't teach me fucking anything. Lost me respect early on. I have legit seen some people getting into indie stuff for Instagram, social media, photography, didn't even open them. Oh. See, I wear my fragrance. It's one of the things people, apart from backups, I can understand why people would say that, like, I'm hoarding stuff and that. I've been accused of that before. And I understand it when you've got like 10, 15 bottles in backup of something. I understand why people would say that, but I promise that the driving motivation there was that I never wanted to be without it or run out of it. But you see, I wear my fragrances, you know? Like, I mean, I haven't worn Derby as much as I would like to. It's all the Cuir de Russie. I should start with, that's the problem with having a big collection as well, isn't it? It's like you don't get to wear your favourites. I remember Ramsey talking about that. It's like you don't get to wear your favourites as much as you would like. So, I don't know. There are many competing sort of competing draws on what you're going to wear, you know? What did I wear today? Quakenage. Fucking love it. Is it one of the best perfumes I've got? No. But I absolutely love it. JJ says, these Italian houses have taught me a lot. Yes. Oops. Sorry, I pressed a button. Are you still there? You are. That's ridiculous and what a waste. And that's, of course, it's a rubbish perfume. Luke S. Hi, Rich. I'm interested to see you do a comparison between Sycamore and Encre Noir. And so you shall. And so you shall, Luke S. Luke's. And thank you for stopping in and commenting. Please stay and talk. I got booted out of my French class at school, says JJ. I think I've read that, haven't I? Backups make sense, but single bottles seem stupid to me. You know. Want to use, want to keep for money. No. Never forget it. I was in the mall, the Metro Centre with Richie G. And I once raised the spectre of like, ooh, I could buy a couple of them, keep one and fucking sell it later and keep the bottle for me. Keep one bottle for me. And he was like, we're not in it for the money, Richard. And I was like, fucking hell, I don't know why, but that has always stood out to me. I don't know why. Oh, I think I've told you this story before. But yes, that has always come back every time I've thought of stuff like that. And I said, we're not in it for the money. You don't collect things for money, do you? You collect stuff. I mean, you're just going to lose money. That's why I don't charge silly rates when I'm selling stuff on eBay. I've had many people say, when I sold Insensé, had a bottle of Insensé up on eBay, charged 50 quid for it. 50 quid because that's what I paid for it. And the bloke who fucking bought it off us was like, you know, I really appreciate you not taking the fucking piss with the price. I was like, well, no problem. I really appreciate you not taking the piss with fucking paying for it and trying to send it back and shit like that. Hello, Pat Lester. How are you? Your scent of the day is Encens Mythique. Fantastic fragrance, Encens Mythique. Really good fragrance. Nope, I collect for the pleasure of having them, yes. And using them, yes. Kelly says, I ended up with 3 backups of a scent trunk fragrance because I kept forgetting I had gotten it already. Oh no. I like it, but definitely not worth 3 backups. I think that's when I knew I might have a problem. Yeah. Somebody asked me today on the video, oh no, actually it might have been on the stream. Someone asked us earlier, they were like, at what point did you think to yourself that you were buying too much? That's a good point. Like, what was it? I would have to think back. I remember there were distinct fucking marks in time where I thought to myself, this is ridiculous. Like, I bought a bottle of Rude two and a half months ago. I bought this bottle of Leather Rude and I had no plans to buy anything that day, and the sales associates just got us. This was only a couple of months ago, you know? I'm an idiot, especially not when I go into fucking, like, go into retail places and I don't know what the fuck it was, but you just got us. I ended up taking this bottle of Leather Rude and I convinced myself that I was like, well, you know, it could be a 10-year-old bottle. I could have like I want to say in vintage in air quotes, fucking bottle of Leather Rude, and it wasn't. It wasn't. It was nowhere near vintage. It was a 2022 bottle. Fucking idiot. The last fucking she just played us like a fucking fiddle. It was fair play to her, to be honest with you, but I ended up selling it. Like, got me money back. But I remember driving home. I remember driving on my way home. I fucking sending voice messages to Eugene, being like, I feel deep shame and guilt here. I was like, genuinely, I feel terrible. I felt sick that night. I ended up selling a 50ml decant to somebody, and then I sold the rest of it to somebody else. But I was like, fuck. Genuine, massive buyer's remorse. Huge. And then the flip side of that is, the total opposite side of that is, when I bought the vintage Derby, I spent a lot of money on that vintage Derby. And yet when I got it, it felt fucking great. Because I'd wanted that. It's like the Sycamore today. I'd wanted that shit for years. Ages. One of the crowning glories of my collection is that fucking vintage Derby. You know? The bottle, the presentation, the perfume itself. Frankly, the exclusivity of having it. Because it's not easy to find. And when you do find it, it's not cheap. And it wasn't cheap. What a fucking scent that is. It's got this outrageous mint note at the top. Like, what are you doing here? Blended brilliantly. It's like the masculine leather chypre. It's like the zenith of that kind of thing. That and Teus and Koros are like the holy trinity, you know. But probably the best made one is Derby, you know. And I thought on that day, I remember doing that video, this is the type of fragrance I want to buy from now on. This is like, I want stuff of this quality that's going to make us feel this way, that when I buy it's going to make us feel this way. It was like going from the ridiculous to the sublime. You know, that bottle of Leather Rouge, it was the latest formula. I think they've changed it twice. And I love Leather Rouge. The first batch, not the first batch, but like the first run, before the change to the CD on the top. They put a wet sand note in it. To me, it's plain as day. I don't know whether that's psychosomatic or the power of suggestion, but I read that wet sand thing and I smelled it and I was like, fucking hell, right there. It's right there. Shit. It's a horrible note. It's an awful note. Why not just keep it the way it was? You know, if it wasn't selling, just get rid of it. Don't change it to something that's like, I mean, because the motherfucker as well, if you remember, in 2017, when they redid that entire line, renamed it and everything, Demashi was taking credit for perfumes that he hadn't created. Like Bois d'Argent. You know? The motherfucker. Scandalous, that. So I lost a lot of respect for the brand then. So yes, that's another. That's a less of an angry rant and more of like an introspective rant. That. Luke says, speaking of queer Canage, I actually bought a bottle of it because of your comparison video with Queer de Russie. I've been trying to find a Queer de Russie EDT, but could never find a bottle. You know, I had one. And I sold it to Rudy. Sorry about that, Luke. I don't know if Rudy likes it or if he's going to sell it, but I had a Queer de Russie EDT. I thought it was all right. I mean, the fucking Queer de Russie EDT I've got from the 80s now. What I would really like, a perfume that I would really, really, really like now would be Queer de Russie by Guerlain. But you're talking 4 figures for that. It's upwards of $1,000. Like far in excess of $1,000. There's somebody on Etsy who is selling them. Got one. She's very famous. I think she lives in Hawaii. Or she lives in America somewhere. It doesn't ship to the UK, so I was going to have to send the money to someone to buy it to then send it to me. I would really like that because Peter Kokorin sent me a sample of the Guerlain Queer de Russie, and it was fucking gorgeous. Better than Chanel's. It just is. Like, I've got no problem saying that at all. 40 years out, 40 years before, at least 40 years before Chanel's came out as well. People talk about Chanel's being the reference Russian leather. It's not. Not when you've smelled that Guerlain Queer de Russie. Your Cartier purchase is Brody. Which one? I had a few Cartier purchases. Are you talking about Selection? No, not Selection Vert. Month and Oud. You're talking about that. Joe says, oh, satisfying to get your Grail collectible. Yes. And JJ says, for me, it was Ebene de Balmain. Do you know, I've got a bottle of that. The tester. But I do have a bottle of it. It's not bad. I don't think it's my favourite, but then, like, my favourites and your favourites are, and anybody else's favourites are all clean different things, like. Where are we? We do have much crossover, but everyone's taste is unique. No, you're right, yes. Exactly. The one you returned to another outlet. Oh, God, yes. Sorry. Yes, that's right. Well, it wasn't. I returned it to a... So Manchester has 2 Selfridges in it, right? There's a Selfridges in a mall, and there's a Selfridges, a standalone store. And I bought this Cartier Oud and Santal, or Oud and Oud it was. I bought Oud and Oud by Santal in this place, and literally, right, I literally stepped out of the shop, right, and as I fucking crossed the threshold, right, my fucking mind went straight back to, oh my God, I can find this 75 quid cheaper online. And literally, as I was walking out the shop, I was telling Richie J, I was like, I've dropped a massive bollock. I was like, I've dropped an incredibly massive bollock. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, look at this. And I pulled it up on my phone, and there it was. I think it's still there. Oud Nude, 75 quid cheaper. I was like, I've just bought this for fucking something like 325 quid. I was like, look, it's 250 quid there. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, well, the box is damaged. And he was like, is that it? I was like, aye. Fuck the box. I was like, fuck's sake. So what I did is, right, I didn't have the bottle to walk back into the same store because I just couldn't be arsed with the awkwardness. So I fucking went to the other fucking Selfridges, and I was like, oh, hi. I was like, I literally just walked up to the fucking bloke on the counter. I was like, hi. And I'm like, hi, how are you? And I was like, I bought this, and I don't want it. I bought it at the other Selfridges. Can I just return it here so I don't have to go back to that store? And he was like, yeah, no problem. And just gave us my money back. I was like, ha! I was like, score. I can't remember. Did I buy anything that day? That was when I went to meet Jura Rose and Audrey Jane. That was in April. It's like 8 months ago now. That's insane. Right. I'll be back in a minute. Go in the bathroom. Ow! Get me up. Woof. Spook the door. It has the juice. Can't imagine him all beautiful. It's cold. Oh, dear me. Sorry. Is he whilst hydrating? Welcome, friends. Welcome, Lily. And welcome, Duncan. How are you? I am back. I don't know. I was just at the bathroom. I was dehydrating. Whoa. Strange noises in the night. What was I going to say? I've got a little haul coming. And it is going to be... It is going to be a rather good one. Let's have a look. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but I am going to tell you that it's rather good. I'm getting a couple of fragrances I've already got, but I'm also getting a fragrance or two that I haven't. Sorry. In fact, no, I've got all of them already. These are simply backups, but they are quality backups. Backups of stuff like Envy and backups of stuff like Egoist Cologne Concentrate. I prefer that massively over Egoist, I've got to be honest. It's fucking mint. I've got... What else? Enigme and Sandalo by Etro. Nice. Good evening, Jonathan. How are you? Anuj. Lily says I slept so much yesterday into today. Have you had a lot of sleep? Did you enjoy your sleep? Because that's the main thing, you know? Getting some restful sleep. How are we all? Who is this person and why am I subscribed to them? Oh. Something to do with art. Screw it. Oh, hi there, beautiful people. Welcome, Muzz31. How are you? I hope you are well. I'm okay. I am simply winding down after a good day. I've got to go and get the tracking on my car done tomorrow. I need to get myself a calendar as well. I don't know if anyone's going to get me one. I need a special one. I'm going to have to talk to somebody. I'm going to have to talk to that bloke with the Frederick Malls tomorrow. I don't know when he's going to... I don't know what he is going to... I don't know what he is going to do as far as perfumes are concerned, but I do need to go and see him again to get some Christmas presents for some people. You know? I need to get... Well, I'm not telling you what I'm getting because they could be listening, but no doubt that they will be in good nick, which will be happy times. For some reason, my t-shirt smells like tobacco smoke, and I don't smoke tobacco, and I haven't been hanging around with anyone who smokes tobacco, so why could that be? Has someone been smoking my t-shirt? What's happening there? Well, excuse me, whilst I chew. Sorry, I am eating something extremely crunchy. I'd be raging if I were you listening to this. Today is the greatest day of all time, says Eugene. Not sure about that. Pradeep says, legend has it that Duck takes out such huge chunks that you can tell he has shopped there. Yes, I just leave voids. Gravitational wells. Hope you've been well, Duck. I have. How have you been? Anoush said, no, not Anoush. Eugene. Eugene says the duck creates voids everywhere he goes. Just ask Anoush and Samir. Yes. I've left huge voids in these people's lives. Hello, Drawn by Sense. Was cleaning kitchen while listening in. Time for sleep soon, so night night. Have liked the stream. Thanks for liking the stream, and thanks for listening in. I like that. That's kind of like what this is. I often say, you know, you can just put it down. Like there's going to be no. I mean, there's been a couple of streams recently where I've had some like stuff on the screen, you know. But with this, you can just it's like a live podcast, kind of. Where I just sit and sort of talk, and we can all be in the same place at the same time, and you know, there's not going to be any bell ends or anyone causing any kind of fucking misery on purpose. And where we are of similar minds, but not necessarily of the same opinions, and that's good. A biscuit, says Lily. Crisps? Nope. Neither. It has a shell. Not a fish, though. Never fish. Never fish. God, no. Aliens. Celia eats the fish. Rich is like Silver Surfer. What does that mean? I have to say, some of these streams have been amazing lately, says Moss. Eugene's, Rich's, JJ's, Money's. Great stuff. Yes, all those streams have been great recently. And I think one of the things is that people are fast, like streaming is becoming a big thing. I think it's becoming a big thing. And it could overtake pre-recorded videos soon. Jonathan has come home to a huge haul. Many huge hauls, it looks like. You know? That's a lot of huge hauls you've got there, Jonathan. It's a lot of boxes filled with perfume. Good man. I've got a huge collection, Jonathan. I've got some perfumes I wouldn't mind having. It's in the works. Nice. He's doing an unboxing. I'm trying to get Jonathan to do more videos. Outrageous. Pep's got a live stream coming on in half an hour. I'll be off by then. Live streams gaining popularity now is confusing to me, says Kelly. It would make more sense during pandemic times when folks were craving connection, but now, I think that there was like a shift beneath the surface during those times, you know. There was a shift in people's opinions of content and what they want to see, and I think now we're just seeing the flowering of that. You know, it's like the effects are about a year, 2 years behind the causes. You know. The streams are just little house parties and they live in the same cul-de-sacs as yeah, kind of, yeah. Pradeep says, Emily Ratajkowski podcasts are very informative for scientific purposes. Does she get her tits out on them? They are huge, to be fair. Although I did read about that thing she came out and said about fucking Robin Thicke touching her when she had no idea that, like, he was just gonna start squeezing her tits. You know what I mean? He's a creepy fucker. The streams are the new coffee shop and conversation, says Jonathan. Yeah. Had some 24-hour flu, says Duncan. Still getting over it. Yikes. We've got this thing in this country where kids are dying of strep throat. Fucking mental. Like, I've had strep throat a few times. Like, didn't think it was going to kill us, but it was closing my throat up, definitely. It was fucking minging. If I was to get it now, I'd be in a bad way. A bit, says Duncan. Are you feeling better now? A bit. First day real bad, could barely move. That's proper flu, that. Where you can, like, literally hardly move. People call a lot of things flu that aren't like anywhere near flu. Flu's debilitating, you know. Flu will kick the living fuck out of you. I get that as a PMS, says Lily. Covers pulled over my head in bed. I can't be bothered in my current mood. Dusan says, has anyone tried Roger Risqué? Pure Parfum. One seller that offers one here. €250 for 50 ml. Might not be a bad price. I'm not really into Roger, to be honest with you. Not hugely into Roger. Oh, what time is it? 10:05. Right. Okay, friends. I am going to bail. I am tired. I want to go to sleep. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for commenting and watching and listening and liking. I appreciate it very much. Eugene says, support the stream. Buy the duck a coffee. Yeah, if you want to, yes. Please. Good night, says everyone. Duncan says, streptococcus can turn into scarlet fever. I got that once. Christ. The fever got so high the skin literally peels off your palm and from the bottom of your feet. Good Lord. That is grim. You can keep that shit. I don't want that at all. Yeah, like strep and staph. Fucking rank, and they're common as fuck as well. You've always got staphylococcus living on your fucking skin. Proper weird. Just madness. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you for liking and commenting. I will see you all again soon.